Attorney Jerome Pay. Live TV talk on your digital device on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV. Download the SVP TV app right now. Check us out every Tuesday on Comcast Cable, Channel 17, 8:30 p.m. And we are live every Friday on Facebook Live, 6 o'clock in the evening. You've got a question? Our attorneys have the answer. So let's talk law with Attorney Daryl O'Neill on the SVP TV network.
Welcome to Talking Law with Daryl O'Neill. I'm your host. I got my main man, Jerome, with
me.
What's
going on, Daryl?
Man, another day, man, another day.
All right.
So, you know, this is the last day, not the next to last day, but the last working day.
That's right.
Of, you know, Black History Month.
That's right.
Now, people that look like us, Black History Month is every day.
That's exactly right.
But, and let's talk about this. We want to connect Black history and the law. And what I mean by that is this. In 1857, our United States Supreme Court specifically stated that Black people had no rights a white man was bound to respect. So basically, what the Supreme Court, now this is a legal ruling, the Supreme Court made that statement. You know, and then it went on in 1896, you know, basically we had legalized segregation. And that was after the Emancipation Proclamation and all that other stuff.
That's right.
In 1954, you know, the court kind of fixed some things up and kind of reversed itself. And then in 1965, Congress protected the, you know, now Congress protected us, but the Constitution had already put it in place.
That's right.
Because we had the 14th Amendment
That's right.
at that particular time.
That's right.
So, you know, the people in Memphis really understands that the law is a powerful tool.
That's right.
So anyway.
But go ahead and do your shout outs, because
okay.
you know me, I'm excited about Black History Month and I want to chime on in, but we never want to not recognize our audience.
No, definitely. And you know, in audience, you know, for this show, I mean, we'll prompt some questions out there, and if you want to, you know, again, you can call in, but you know, Memphis is the law.
That's right.
And the reason why I say that, there's a lot of cases that have come out of Memphis because of conduct of policing, conduct of government, conduct of a lot of different people that affected people of color.
I like that, Daryl. The law once declared us property. The law once separated us. The law once silenced us. And the law, because of brilliant Black lawyers and courageous citizens, became our shield and our sword.
Man, that's deep. So here we go. Let's give our shout outs, Jerome. You know, shout outs to California, shout outs to Little Rock, Arkansas, shout outs to West Memphis, Arkansas, shout out to Memphis, Shelby County, shout out to Mississippi, shout out to the great state of Missouri.
That's right.
Give my shout out to my family, my mom, my wife, my kids. Shout out to Jerome's family.
Mom, wife, and kids.
All right now. All right now.
And so there, every right you exercise today, audience, working, voting, owning property, suing for discrimination, filing bankruptcy, demanding accountability, exists because somebody litigated for it. And tonight is about a celebration. It's not about, it's about understanding. Because if you don't know how the law shapes your freedom, you won't know how to protect it.
Yeah. And, you know, before I get too deep, because Ms. Debbie gave me a plaque that was awarded to me by the Volunteer Evergrade Community Association. It was a civic engagement and advocacy efforts for some legal work that I've done and I'm continuing to do for Valentine. And so in recognition, they gave me this nice little plaque.
And you know, Daryl, that's right there in my neighborhood where I practically grew up. My church is still in that area at Bellevue and Jackson and Valentine.
Oh, wow.
So congratulations, brother.
Man, man, you know, I mean, I hate that I couldn't go you know, but J.B. Smiley and Miss McClendon, they were there. They represented for me, man.
That's great,
They
man.
took care of me.
Wonderful.
You know, Jerome, and I look at this, and I look at the show, and I look at everything that we're talking about. I mean, when I look at the law and when I look at Black History Month, man, it can't be nothing but personal for us.
Oh man, absolutely, Daryl.
You know.
Because we're not just talking about Black history in America. We're talking about Black history in Memphis,
Right.
the city of Dr. King. And Daryl, and I often think about it. I often think about it because, you know, I grew up in that era. I was right smack dab in the middle of it. I marched with Dr. King when the march turned into like somewhat what they call a riot. I was right there as a high school student. And we were running because, you know, they were shooting mace setters and doing a whole lot of different stuff. So I was right there in the mix. And I often think about, what if Dr. King had never come to Memphis? Because remember, he was on the way to Washington for the Poor People's Campaign. But he got the call from what? Sanitation workers.
Sanitation
I
workers.
mean, now, what does that tell you about a man like Dr. King who would stop what he's doing and respond to people we don't even consider? All we know is we pull out.
Put out the trash can and you come back the next day, it's empty. That's all you know.
That's it.
You know.
That's it. But not Dr. King. And people told him, King, we don't have time to go. He said, no. He says, my role is if I can help somebody along the way, then I'm required to do it. And he shows up for the sanitation workers, the place where law, protest, and power collided. And we're going to show you how the law shaped our progress right here and right now.
Well, I mean, the simple part of it, Jerome, is when we look at what went on, I mean, even as, you know, I'm talking about late, because in the 1800s, civil rights were already put in place.
Yeah.
But nobody respected it.
Yeah.
You know, in 1968, you know, the Memphis sanitation worker, and I'm not talking about just, you know, highfalutin lawyers or educated individuals. I'm talking about everyday Joe.
That's right.
That does everything they can to take care of their family.
That's right.
And all they doing is emptying your garbage.
That's right.
Man, them mothers went on strike and said, you know what, we'll let that garbage stay down there forever. You know, and it affected change.
And the thing about it is, I still remember the retort now, I am a man. I am a man. And I deserve to be treated like a man. And like you say, I got family, I got children, I got hopes, I got dreams. They're all alive. But yet, I'm not making enough money to even consider trying to take care of family. But that wasn't the straw that brought the camel's back. The straw that brought the camel's back was the segregated situation that they were in. Remember, they were working on the garbage trucks, and when it was raining outside, it was so segregated that they couldn't go on the inside to sit down in the cab. They sat down in the back of the thing to try to shield themselves from the weather. And some kind of freak accident happened. The storm created some lightning or something, and the lightning went in on the truck's motorized compactor and ignited it, and it crushed 2 drivers. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that.
That's how this thing broke out.
Well, so let me just tell you, the movement was in place. You know, it gets magnified when we get here, and it gets magnified because we're talking about this area.
Yes.
So I mean, it gets magnified.
Yes.
But, you know, what happened in 1968, 67, 68, 69, it wasn't just complacency. It was, they learned propaganda.
Oh, yeah.
So what they did was learn the propaganda war, right?
Yes, right.
So if we're going to show on TV how black people are just getting beat, thrown with water hoses, and attacked by dogs, that's got to shock the conscience of a whole lot of other people.
And that was brilliant. It was brilliant, to tell you the truth, because think about it now. And I'm glad we're talking about it because there were several different schools about how we ought to approach our effort for civil rights. And some people advocated a violent overthrow, which was doomed to fail.
Exactly.
And to result in a bunch of casualties.
A whole lot of casualties. Martin was smart enough to know it. I mean, even today, think about it, Jerome.
Yeah.
The black population, not the people of color population, the black population in the United States is still about 35%, maybe 30%.
Yes.
I mean, and I may be off. It may be a little less than that.
I believe it's less. I believe you may be doing the Hispanic at this point. There may be the Hispanics are there now.
Well,
they passed us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we were, and again.
At one point.
Yeah. but think about it.
Yeah.
20% of that vote.
Yeah.
Could not elect anybody.
That's right.
And so you think about it. There's 20% of that vote. When Obama got elected, that 20 or 30% of the black population did not elect Obama.
No way.
It was,
coalition.
A coalition.
Yeah,
and
right.
people, they came out of 8 years of the Bush administration that was, pretty brutal on a lot of scenarios and pretty brutal on, people of color.
No question.
And what they needed was, and Obama was crystal clear, I can't be the black people's president.
Right.
I got to be the people's president.
That's right.
And because it's 70%, 30%, if I'm taking care of the 30%, I'm neglecting the 70%. It just, the
That's
numbers
right.
don't match.
That's right.
So hold on a second, Jerome.
Okay.
And then we'll talk about this. Call in. Do you believe voting access in Memphis is stronger or weaker today than it was 20 years ago?
That's good. They're not going to call. We tell them every single night that we're here to answer questions about anything. But one thing, we don't see the phone number up there. That may be one reason why the calls are not coming in. What do you think there? The phone number is not there.
Angel, put the phone, Angel, put the phone number up.
Because I hear the people trying to call us.
Okay.
And so there, because look, that's a very good question. What's different? Is it easier now, or is it just as bad? What kind of progress has been made?
Well, so we can say some progress has been made, but now we're starting to revert. And let me tell you the reason why I say that. So, there was a period of time Memphis City Schools was all black because it was segregated.
Yes.
And it was all blacks, all black.
Well, remember, I lived through it. Because remember,
Yeah.
Brown versus Board of Education was 1954, and the Supreme Court unanimously ruled that segregation was unequal and it was unconstitutional. And so they said with all deliberate speed. Now I don't know what deliberate speed means.
And don't nobody, because it never
It took a while.
It took a while.
So
they put National Guards and all kinds of
now,
stuff.
Darryl, I know if I know radar. If a radar is like 55 miles an hour, I understand that speed. What I don't understand is what deliberate speed means, because it was years and years and years before they finally.
Well, that's the same thing with Juneteenth.
Right.
You remember it took. I mean, come on now. I mean,
Right.
it took a long time before you know.
But you know what, Darryl? What's so interesting and so wonderful about this profession that you and I have? It's so creative, like a term like deliberate speed, where nobody knows what it means. A term like obscenity. One of the justices said, I may not know what it is,
Yeah.
but what he said,
I know when I hear.
know when I hear.
Yeah. That was the pictures, the new pictures
Yeah,
too.
when I see it,
I
yeah.
know when I see it.
Well, that was what?
That was
the Hustler magazine one.
Yeah.
And so
Larry Flynn.
And
Larry
so,
Flynn.
And so
yeah.
Flint.
Flint.
And
yeah,
so
yeah.
that's why we are trying to get our audience engaged in this process, particularly now, right in the middle of a campaign for the highest office in Shelby County is on the ballot.
Right.
Shelby County Mayor.
Right.
Now, and as you said there, do you believe access is stronger now?
Well, I wanted to back up.
Okay,
Jerome,
okay.
And here's the reason why I want to back up.
Go ahead.
And that's why I said segregation was a real thing.
That's right.
And legal arguments took care of the segregation
That's
issue.
right.
In 2014, we went back to segregation again.
I think there was 13 with Shelby versus Holder. You talking about that?
No, 14,
Okay.
where the Shelby County Memphis City Schools relinquished their charter.
Yes.
So they relinquished their charter.
Yes.
And then, which made Shelby County responsible for the school district,
Yes.
which merged both districts.
Yes.
And then all the non-black districts
Yes.
decided we're going to be out in the county and we don't want
Yes.
to be part of Shelby, the school district,
And Darryl, that's really what happened once Brown versus Board of Education became the law of the land and it started to be implemented. That's when we get up all these little county schools, the church schools, and all that school. So they, in essence, there's been a group of people who have fought against the rights of people of color from day one.
No, I agree.
And so there, when they took away, let's just talk. I wanted to say this. I'm sorry, I kind of got sidetracked. But remember, the test for separate but equal was all about there. You know what that was all about.
Yeah.
How they produced an expert. And how he had the black dolls.
Yeah.
The white dolls.
Yeah.
And how our children were systematically saying that the white doll was prettier, smarter, neater. And so, and there we're still suffering under that same kind of thing that like we saw something like somebody else's ice is colder than our ice. And so, and like you say all the time there, when you use a black contractor or someone of color to do a job and they don't do the job the way you want, the first thing out of your mouth is, I'm never going to use.
Yeah.
But you never hear them say that.
Yeah, I'm never going to use a white contractor. Yeah. I mean, some of that, and when I've heard people say it, and and I've said, and I've actually corrected them when they said it.
Oh, good.
Because I'm like, you would never say you're not going to use a white contractor. Why would you say that?
That's right. That's right.
There's good black contractors, there's good white contractors. There's bad black contractors, and there's bad white contractors.
It's always a bad apple in every bunch. And so there.
Hold on a second, though, Jerome.
Okay,
let me just,
go ahead.
because when you start talking about black and white, and even with the contractor, it has nothing to do whether the contractor's black or whether the contractor's white. Here's what it has to do: what contract that you could put in place when you got the work done.
That's good. I like that.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with black or white.
That was marvelous that you switched it around and put it back into the legal context.
Yeah.
Because we understand contract law. And consideration is what I promise to do in exchange for you promising to do something. So if you don't craft it correctly, then you could possibly have one of these situations that we're talking about tonight.
Well, then the second one, let's call in prompt. Should Memphis schools be under stricter federal oversight again? Now, that's actually not just Memphis City Schools. Should the Memphis Police Department? Should the city of Memphis? I mean, should the county of Shelby? I mean, so that really is the question. And if it has, we've done consent decrees. Have they worked?
I absolutely believe that we need more federal oversight because that's always been the place where we could go. Until recently, we could always depend, whenever there was an issue at the state level, at the city level, at the county level, that was irreconcilable to our progress, we always could move it to the federal court, and you have a much better chance of being able to get the justice and not the just us. What do you think about that, Darryl?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're in a real, I'm never a fan of talking politics, but we're in a real scenario where people of color in the last year and some change have been set back almost 100 years.
No doubt about it. But it was not, it was by design. And so, Darryl, what really happened was Shelby versus Holder.
Oh, that's an Alabama case. Yeah.
That's an Alabama case, but Eric Holder was the Attorney General at the time.
Yeah, Attorney General.
And so this case out of Alabama said that we've been good. We've done what we're supposed to do. It was never intended to disfranchise anybody. So we don't really need this preclearance anymore. Because what that means, audience, is that before we got all of these crazy rules about voter ID, about doing these other things, in fact, it almost reverted back to the issues we had before the Voting Rights Act, didn't it? Because black people couldn't vote in certain areas unless they were able to pass a literacy test. They were able to determine some crazy stuff.
Yeah, how many M&Ms in the M&M jar?
That was made up on the spot.
Yeah. How many jelly beans in the jar?
It wasn't legislated. It wasn't codified. In other words, I might have figured out how many M&Ms was in the jar today. But then you go and put it down and add some more.
Or change the number. If you had it on a card and put it on a card,
that's right.
And then I had the card,
That's right.
then maybe I could figure it out.
That's right.
But I mean,
that's wonderful what you just did, because we always say whenever we are faced with a problem somewhere, somehow our people always figure out a way to resolve it. But then you know what? They change the rules, or they change the card, so that the number.
it's a moving card, because and that's what again, a bigger problem that we always have, and I say this a lot of times, is we don't like each other. I say that every day, and you don't ever agree with me.
I just do not agree.
But here you go. You don't have to agree with me. All you have to do is look at the anecdotal evidence.
Okay, tell me what it is there. I do
the
not
anecdotal evidence.
I do not believe it.
Okay. The Memphis Shelby School Board was a predominantly black school board.
Right.
Okay. That controlled his entire district.
$2 billion.
Controlled his entire district.
Budget, yeah.
And relinquished the charter, because it was a majority of black voters, black people on the school board. They relinquished their charter for what reason?
Well, I remember, I distinctly remember, it was an effort to try to forestall what they saw coming down the pike. They saw it coming down the pike that Nashville was getting ready to interject some other stuff into it, so they felt like that. They thought that if it stayed the way that it was going to deny our children in Memphis opportunities. So that's why they did it.
That's the thing they said.
They were trying to forestall something. It didn't work out that way, but there, remember, sometimes you get in a position where you have to try something rather than just laying back and allow it to happen to you.
Yeah, okay, well, here's another issue.
Okay.
What is the crime rate in the white neighborhoods?
All right, so let me address that for you. First of all, and then I got a couple for you too.
Okay, because we can't agree that the crime rate in the black community is substantially higher than the crime rate in the white community.
But it's the same almost in the white area. You attack, you do these things to people who are nearest to you. But the real problem there is the fact that in those areas where crime is the highest, you can always look at the credit scores in 400 and 500s, and you're always going to find liquor stores, you're always going to find pawn shops, you're going to find dope houses and all that kind of stuff in those areas, because that's where the people go. Because the rent is cheaper, and so those people are, in fact, preying on each other because of that environment. The environment created that. And that came from the government. That came from redlining. That came from people not being able to get loans. All of those things did that, Daryl. It was
Yeah, I'm not gonna go that far.
I hear
okay,
you.
because you know,
Go ahead.
when things are bad, and let me just tell you, I mean, I'm not talking about when things are bad or you grow up in a bad neighborhood that opportunity doesn't exist. But if you stay in that neighborhood, maybe opportunity will get quashed. Now, I grew up in a poor, bad neighborhood,
Okay.
but I will never let that define who I am.
Okay.
What I'm capable of doing.
Okay.
And what the problem happens is that, I talk to some, my friends
They're still there?
that are alive.
Yeah. Same with me.
or they're not on drugs,
Same with me.
And the issue that I always hear is, man, everybody ain't a lawyer.
Same with me.
Why not be proud of what came out of your neighborhood?
Well, there, see, again, so, all right, what happens is that somewhere, somehow, you received the right ingredients to stir up the gift that was already there. There are some brilliant people
Oh, no doubt.
in those areas. Now, look and think about this too. There, the Black Panthers,
Mm-hmm.
they had some excellent programs.
Yep.
The government decided, hey, we can't have this, and they deliberately destroyed it. All right, and all right. So is that not black love? Because the first breakfasts in the community, the first school lunches, the first after-school programs, all of those things were developed by the Black Panthers. But do you ever hear them talk about that?
No, I mean, look, yeah, no, I look, but that ain't no different than the Muslims, Jerome.
It's the same thing.
I mean, they've done a lot of stuff for the community.
No question
I mean,
about it. No
but at the
question.
end of the day, see, we even see this in the legal field. When you dealing with other black lawyers,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
And you say X, Y, and Z, and the first thing they go, well, that's a lot of money. I mean, how much money you making? Because I want to count your money to hold you down.
I got you.
And if I see it, I mean, I don't know.
I got you. I got you.
Man, everybody ain't. Oh, dog.
I got you.
So I mean, I'm not saying it's an intent.
I got you.
It's almost like you always will give this economical reason of why black people are doing bad. And let me just, economics is a hell of an issue.
Right.
But the bigger issue is, nobody is trying to instill in those children what's important to get to the next step. If your kid, it's the simple stuff, Jerome. The sagging of the pants, you know what that meant?
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's from jail.
It's homosexuality in jail.
Yeah. It came from jail.
Yeah. So, but a parent will see their kid,
Right.
or a teacher will see a kid and pants hanging around his waist and won't say nothing.
Right.
Or they'll get to come to work
Right.
at your business and they want to sag, and then you say something, that's an issue.
Right.
And the parents will get mad
Right.
because you discipline their child about something.
I mean, it's no question that we got some issues involved. But let's go back to black love.
Yeah.
Black
Black love.
Black love.
Yeah.
Black love is alive and active.
Yeah.
We saw it expose itself when this when this cruise ship, remember, where the brother was being attacked by a group of white men?
Mm-hmm. Oh, it didn't cruise ship. That was just on a boat dock.
On a boat dock.
Yeah.
Boat dock. Okay. And
Yeah.
the brother started climbing out of the
Climbing out
windows,
the-
swimming
yeah,
across the
yeah,
bay.
Yeah, yeah.
And used the chair
Yeah,
to
nah.
start defending this brother. And then the same thing happens when we see sports people who we admire, Coco, when we admire Taylor Townsend, when we admire them, we are behind them. And when we see our people motivated and doing some things, we are right there 100% behind.
I would say,
We
yeah.
love each other.
Well, we love
We
to
just
root
manifest
in.
it in different ways.
Yeah. I mean, look. I mean,
I am so excited about this month.
well,
It ain't gonna stop this month.
you know, Steve Harvey probably said it best.
Did Steve Harvey really say something that made sense there?
Man,
Did he really?
hold on a second. He said a white dude was on a plane with him next to him. And the white dude was all chatty, talking and all this other stuff with him and all this other stuff and all this. And then he came out and he said, "Who did you vote for?" And he said, "I voted for Barack Obama." Steve Harvey. He said, "Well, why did you vote for him?" "Because he black."
Right.
And he said the white dude didn't say nothing else to him for the rest of the flight. Do I need another reason? I mean,
Of course you do. Of course you do.
no, you don't. It's your vote.
Well,
As my vote,
no,
I can
no,
vote
no,
in.
no.
I can use any reason I want to use
But
it.
my hero today is Jasmine Crockett. That sister is on fire.
Yeah.
You ever watch her?
Oh, I have.
She's on fire, and they can't do nothing to deny it.
Yeah, you know, but look, we talk about a lot of, you know, civil rights where things have gone good. You know, one of the biggest civil rights cases that came out of Memphis, Tennessee, was it's called Gardner versus.
Oh, absolutely.
Gardner versus maybe it was the city of Memphis.
Yeah, that's the fleeing felon rule.
It's a Supreme Court case.
And De'Ami Bailey is the one who did it.
No, Walter. Bailey.
Walter, I'm sorry. Walter, not De'Ami.
Yeah, but the fleeing felon rule.
Yeah.
You know, but again, because when they were policing black people, and somebody took the law and stood up
Yes.
for black people.
Yes.
And look, let me just tell you, the law is a great tool for you when you look like us, man.
No question. No
You know, people always say, "Man, we lawyers are expensive." You know, yeah, maybe, but you get what you pay for.
No question about
You can get a lawyer that's
Right.
going to do it for 50 cents.
Right.
You know, but if your case is garbage after that, you can't control that. You know.
No question about that there. The final line is know your rights, know your history, and know the law.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you for watching the show. And we'll bring another topic to you, you know, next month. We'll try to figure out what our next topic is going to be.
And maybe
if
somebody will call there.
Yeah, and if you have a topic that you want us to address, just give us a call. Let us know.
That's right.
Or just send it in an email.
That's right.
Angel will always take care of that kind of stuff.
That's right.
All right, y'all. Thanks for watching the show. We'll see you next week.